Yo, what's up boys, Ryder here back with another video. Today I'm bringing you guys some of the best free tracks in my opinion. These tracks are all going to be pretty beginner friendly, but also fun for advanced players as well. I consider myself an intermediate level player and I think all these tracks are fun. But yeah, I really wanted to find some tracks that would be fun for everyone, and let's get into the video. Alright boys, so the first track we have is CTG YN by BLK Tracks. This is probably my favorite track right now. It flows so good. It has some hucks on the 250. You could toss it sideways. Like, this is definitely like one of the best tracks in the game right now. We're going into this corner right now and you just like pin it and you can quad into the roller section. This is probably my favorite section just because it's hard to quad in, but it's fun when you get it and you can carry so much speed. There's cool little jumps like this one where you can just kind of toss it. I didn't really toss it this lap, but you can definitely toss it off of it. This jump's kind of hard right here. You have to like get it just right, and it's hard to scrub without like clipping the landing of it. But yeah, this track's definitely pretty beginner friendly. But I would say it's fun for all skill levels. I mean, I would say I'm like an intermediate skill level, but I just have so much fun on this track because you can, like I said, you can toss it. It has a little bit of bumps, but it doesn't make it too bumpy for a beginner. It's still definitely a really good beginner track, but it's just such a fun track and such a good track that anyone can play it and have fun. That triple right there that I just went over is an absolute huck. I've yet to get it clean on a 250. It's pretty hard to get over. But yeah, I would definitely say CTG YN is one of my favorite tracks, and you guys should definitely try it out. Alright boys, so for the next track we have Diablo MX Ranch by Hydra Retro. I would definitely say this track is probably the most beginner track out of any tracks I have on this list. So if you're a beginner rider looking for a fun track, I would definitely recommend this one. It definitely flows really good. It was one of my favorite tracks for a while. I kind of got a little bored of it after a while, only because I played it quite a bit. It's definitely fun. There's some good whip jumps, and you could definitely carry a lot of speed. Down this hill right here, you can carry a lot of speed around this corner if you do it right. It's one of the more fun beginner tracks, in my opinion, as an intermediate style rider. And I'm sure for a beginner, this track, you could just put laps in all day. As an intermediate rider, this track, it just like gets a little old for me, but it's still pretty fun. It's a pretty smooth track. I guess you could just carry a lot more speed. You don't really have to worry about the braking bumps too much, which is another reason why I just put it in the beginner section. It's still a fun track. It's a good track for racing. It's wide enough. You have multiple lines everywhere. You don't just always find yourself taking the same line. You can take inside, outside. It doesn't usually have just like one line is faster. There's definitely going to be some lines around the track where the inside is faster, but it's not just a one-line track. It reminds me more of just like a kind of like a local track. Like it seems like an actual real track, like tabletops, some smaller doubles. Definitely a really fun track. Hydra Retro did a really good job on this, and I definitely think you should check it out. Next up, we have 2022 MXBON by STONERIDER. There's both a groomed version of this and the rough version that I'm on right now. The groomed version is completely smooth. It's going to be a lot better for any beginner rider, so I will put this under beginner style and advanced. I have a lot of fun on the rough version of this track, but for new riders, you probably want to stick with the beginner version. I will say this was one of the first tracks I started playing when I started getting used to bumps. So if you're just past that beginner level and you're looking to start incorporating some bumps, this track I found a lot easier than a lot of other ones that had bumps. It was easy for me to find a flow, even though I couldn't put a really good whole lap together. Just hitting some ruts right was so fun on this track. It was one of the tracks I started getting fast on, or when I started to get fast, I started playing this track a lot, the rough version. I haven't played the prep version too much, but if you want to play this and you're more of a beginner player, there's always the prepped version. This track's not too easy. What I like about it, you have to kind of rail some of the corners. Like the Larocco leap is pretty hard, especially on a 250. On a 450, it's not so bad. And if I didn't say, STONERIDER made this track, and I think he did a really good job at making everything to scale, not making it too easy. But yeah, STONERIDER definitely killed it with this track, the Redbud replica. I would definitely go check it out. Alright boys, so for the last track, we have Baja Brawl 2024 by MX. We hopped on a 450 for this track just to switch it up a little. But yeah, this track's really fun. It flows really good. There's some slicker areas. He did a really good job with the dirt texture. You can see where it's going to be slick. Like it looks like there's puddles in the ground. And he did a really good job too. It definitely gets slipperier in those areas. I wouldn't necessarily say this track's like completely beginner friendly. It gets pretty bumpy and there are those slippery areas. It's a little bit harder to make this track flow, especially in some of the tighter S-turn areas. There are some wider areas though that are fun, and I would say as a beginner you could have fun on. I'm sure as a beginner you would be able to get away with having fun on this track. I mean, it's not going to be as easy as a lot of the other ones, but definitely still a fun one. This track's like more of a special track to me just because when I first started playing MX bikes, I had a really old version of this track, and I kind of just like learned the game on it. I didn't have very good settings or anything, but it's kind of the track I learned the game on. And then her and MX made the Baja Brawl 2022, and that track was really good as well. And then now that the 2024 one's out, this track's just really good. I feel like it kept getting better and better. Anyways, guys, that's been it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these free tracks. I hope you guys have fun on them. They were kind of more beginner friendly, but better players could also have fun on these tracks. They're more just overall really good tracks and fun tracks. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.